Hey math kids, today we're in section 3.8a and we're going to start with some terminology. So if we start with a polynomial that looks like this, we want to determine what the terms, constants, coefficients, and variables. So we will start with terms. Terms are each of these pieces that are grouped together by plus signs and minus signs, okay? So all of those that are outlined in yellow are terms, okay? Then we move on to constants. So constants are just the pieces that don't have any letters next to them, okay? So X or Y or whatever. So in this case, constants are 16. Here, I'll actually write these out just to be clear. So terms would be 25x squared, negative 40x, and 16. Okay. Now I have coefficients. Coefficients are the number portion of a term that's connected to a variable. So we have coefficients. In this case, it's 25 and negative 40. 16 is not a coefficient because it's not connected to a variable, which brings us to variable. We have x, we have x. It's just x. Okay? I'm hoping that's enough to get that first part of your homework done. Now the next thing is, we're given a little diagram with a picture and a frame. That wasn't drawn very well, so I'm going to fix that. So the frame is the same width all the way around. There, that looks better. So we're going to say we have a 4 by 5 inch picture. And so this dimension would be 4, this would be 5 inch, and then the width of the frame is W. So from here to here is W. From here to here is also W. Okay. So if we're looking at this outer dimension right here, we're going to go W, 4W. And so that would be 2W plus 4. And then similar thinking, we're going to say W, because from here to here is W. And then 5, because from here to here is 5. And right here is a W again, so it's going to be 2W plus 5. Okay, what it asks us to do, it wants us to find an expression for the area of the frame. So if we're just thinking of the area of the outer rectangle, all we'd have to do is length times width. So we're going to say 2W plus 4 times 2W plus 5. But then from that, we're going to have to subtract the inner dimensions of the picture, because that doesn't contribute to the total area of the frame, which is all the stuff on the outside. So we subtract the area of the inside, which is just 4 times 5. Or 20. Okay? So what we're going to do from here is just distribute. So we get 4W squared plus 10W plus 8W plus 20, and then this would be minus 20. Now, at this stage, I want you just to simplify this piece for a second. And say 4W squared plus 18W plus 20, and then we still have that minus 20. So these will cancel, but I want you to answer the constants, terms, coefficients, and variables for the part that I have written in pink. Okay, so constants just 20. Coefficients, it's going to be 4 and 18. Variable, it's just W. And then terms, it's going to be 4W squared plus 18W plus 20. Now, after you do that, go through the simplification so these cross out. So for the area expression, we're going to say 4W squared plus 18W. Okay. Now, there's also another question that asks, how do the constants and coefficients relate to the dimensions of the picture? So we're only going to focus on the constants and the coefficients. We want to know how they relate to the dimensions of the picture. So the dimensions of the picture, it was 4 by 5 inch. And so if we do 4 times 5, the constant gives us the area. And then for the coefficients, if we were to draw just the picture, so this is 4, 5, 4, 5. If we add those up, we get 18. So we see that this 18 is the perimeter. And then the 4, we can just say it's one of the dimensions. Okay, and I think that's everything for that video. Yeah. If you need additional help, come to Math Lab. Until then, calculator.